Arcadia is maligned as the most unpopular ship in the P&O fleet. And with only 9 days before the ship was set to sail, I decided to book one of the final 6 remaining cabins to see what it was like for myself. I hadn't had much time to do my usual level of research, so I was going into this pretty much blind. First things first was to check where I was staying, and I booked a superior balcony cabin. The cabin I booked was 116 on the Australia deck, which was deck 8. And as I walked in the door, the first thing I was really impressed by was the size of this cabin. The cabin had a queen-size bed with 2 pillows and a cushion on each side. The bed itself did seem slightly soft, although it may just be me because I prefer a firmer bed. On the wall opposite is a large flat-screen TV, which has a good choice of TV channels, movies, along with information regarding your account on board the ship. Overall, I was pleasantly surprised by the size of this cabin. It didn't seem cramped and there was plenty of space to move around. And while the decor may be slightly dated, the room was clean and it wasn't noisy. Over on the left hand side of the bed is a nightstand with 2 drawers. Above each side of the bed is a small reading light. On top of the nightstand here is a telephone to call reception or to another cabin or for room service. But as this is an older cabin, there's nothing like a USB point here. The biggest mystery of this cabin was what actually was this curtain for. I hoped that it would extend so it would separate the cabin into 2, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to move. And the sofa can be converted into a bed so the room can seat 3. And in front of that is this oval table. And on the opposite side is the desk area, which comes with a chair and waste paper basket. There's a tea service consisting of a kettle and a couple of cups. And in the tray below there are tea bags, coffee sachets, sugar and sweeteners. But unfortunately no biscuits. And this is where you'll find your main power outlets, which consists of 3 US, 1 European and 1 UK socket. So don't forget to bring your adapters. There's also a light switch and 2 glasses too. Below the desk and tucked away behind this door is the cabin fridge. Perfect for keeping any drinks you've brought on board or any leftover room service items cool. And stowed away on the opposite side you'll find the hairdryer, and below that some more storage space. While the thermostat on the wall was fairly basic, the aircon did keep the cabin lovely and cool. Over on the left hand side are 3 large wardrobes. The first has hanging space and some clothes hangers, and then there's some shelves below. There's an even deeper wardrobe next to that, which is perfect for longer items such as dresses. And this also has a full-length mirror on the inside of the door. At the top of this wardrobe is where the life vests are. Then there's a couple of shelves, and below that is the safe, which is an ideal size for your small personal items, but probably not big enough for a laptop. And over by the cabin door is where you have the main light switches. And now it's time to check out the bathroom. And this is when I had another surprise in this cabin, is that there was a full-size bath. There's still a shower over the bath and the water pressure was actually pretty good. And there's White Company body wash and shampoo attached to the dispensers on the wall. And yes, I know that the shower curtain is pretty disappointing, but it is an older ship. and there's also a line so you can hang up your wet clothes over the bath. There's also plenty of bath and hand towels, and below that is the all-important loo. The vanity area is lovely and bright, with a mirror in front of you and a mirrored cabinet to the left. And below that is the basin and tap. And I know that many of you are thinking that you don't like the grey in this bathroom, and neither did I. There's also a dispenser for a White Company hand wash and 2 glasses. There's a shaver socket on the wall and a quick peek into this cabinet. And finally, there's a couple of hooks behind the door. There was more evidence of the age of the ship outside of the balcony, although it was a good size and came with 2 chairs, a stool and a small table. This is the switch to the light on the balcony, although it could have done with a bit of a clean. Sometimes it's just these small details that let things down. Something I do really enjoy on P&O ships is their complimentary in-room breakfast. Just fill in the card saying which items you'd like and at what time you'd like them to be delivered, and then hang it outside your cabin the night before. I went with 2 of the fruit salads, 2 yogurts, 2 orange juices and 2 apple juices. Followed by a pair each of the croissants and the blueberry muffins. This all tasted absolutely delicious, and what better place to enjoy it than outside on your balcony. This truly is one of the most enjoyable things I do when I go cruising, especially on a sea day. And along with a free continental breakfast, during the rest of the day there's room service, which does incur a small additional charge. During the day there's baguettes, wraps and sandwiches, and there are small and larger dishes such as curry, lasagna, hot dogs and burgers, along with sides and sherry platters. There are sweet treats and some nighttime nibbles if you're still hungry after the evening's entertainment. And of course there's a wide selection of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks available too. There's also a Welcome to Arcadia booklet with all the essential information that you'll require while on board the ship. Each evening you'll receive a copy of Horizon, which will tell you what will be happening on board the ship the next day. The amount of activities during the day will depend on whether it's a port day or a sea day. You'll know exactly where the entertainment will be and at what time, so it's easy to plan your evening. And you can also find the opening times of the bars, restaurants, shops, gym, casino and everything else on board the ship. And it also has the answers to some of the most frequently asked questions from passengers. There's a laundry service available. Just fill in the form and put your clothes inside the laundry bag and your cabin steward will collect them. There are a few self-service laundrettes on board the ship if you choose to clean your own clothes. They contain irons, ironing boards, washers and dryers. Although I will issue one word of warning is that the iron is very hot and can easily damage clothes. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. I'll have many more P&O Arcadia videos to come.